We have contrast today between the two guitar players, and the end result in how the music comes out is obviously brilliant. You're always here, but their approach is different to everything. But Luke, you'd played on 1,000 records, probably.
Something like that. No, actually, I was very fortunate to have went to high school and grew up with the Picaro brothers, and that's how I met Jay, and I met Carlton and Rittenauer and Ray Parker Jr. And Jay really helped me out when I was a kid, man. Threw a lot of stuff my way, stuff that he couldn't do or he'd recommended. Back in the days when they actually used to hire musicians to make records at the same time, like even more than one guitar player. What a concept, huh? Yes, it was back in 1927, I think it was. And it used to be such a gas just to go to work every day, And I got to do so many different things with so many different artists and so many different styles that you just sort of become like a Zelig, to show up and you're always there. You know what I mean? You morph into whatever you need to be to do. You could be doing Barbra Streisand in the day and then the Tubes at night. Musically it could be very interesting in one day. I've managed to keep a long career because I have some really horrible pictures of all the really famous studio players, so they can't talk about me anymore.
Steve's played in classical guitar in Carnegie Hall and played all over the world, and just did a thing a couple weeks ago in Poland that was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's the highlight of my musical. No, it was just a fun thing that we had the Guinness Book of World Records for the most guitar players playing together, and it of course happened to be Smoke on the Water, but we had 6,000 guitarists. Oh, you guys know that? That's weird. Yeah, it was that song. It was that song. The cool thing was...
When did you write that song?
I wrote that when I was Richie Blackmore.
It's amazing what they can do with plastic surgery these days, huh?
Hey, Lukey.
Yes, sir.
Some people you played with that come to mind.
Oh, it's a lot of different styles, a lot of different people.
How about the Beatles?
Well, I didn't play. Yeah, I was in the Beatles, but you just didn't see me.
Plastic surgery.
Once again. No, I had the honor of working with Paul McCartney and actually, very cool. I actually got to play the Mellotron that was actually on the record with when I was working with Paul. I was working with George Martin and Jeff Emmerich, who was the engineer at the time too. We worked on I met him on the Michael Jackson Thriller record when we were doing that, and he invited myself and Jeff Picaro over to England to work with him on a project. And then I met George Harrison right after Jeffrey passed away, and he took a bit of a shine to me, and we were hanging out when he was ever in L.A., and he came and played with us at a tribute at the amphitheater for Jeff that we wanted to do in his memory, and we became real good friends. As a matter of fact, he brought his son up, and his son wanted to beat Slash, so I took him up to beat Slash. And he's like, "Is he still on the gig?" I said, "No, it's all good, man. It's all good." Slash was very gracious. He's a good friend as well. I've had a very interesting life. I've had a chance to work with some of the great guitar players and also some of the great just artists, to watch them work, working with Elton and stuff like that, being able to sit down next to him on a stool and ask him to play Levon. He would do that, and there was nobody else around except James Newton Howard. I said I don't want to sound like I'm dropping names because it's so to do that, but I've had a very interesting and colorful career thanks to many people that helped me along the way.